Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Jelson here, and today we're back at it with a brand new NBA video for you guys. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about this offseason is kind of funky. It's super weird. And you may be wondering what I mean by that. There hasn't been much going on, at least from what you guys may think. And what I mean by this offseason is weird is all the trade rumors. Like, obviously, we get all these trade rumors normally in the season or in the off season every year. And this season is just like those years, but kind of advanced. Obviously, it feels like every year in the off season, we hear Bradley Beal wants to go. Bradley Beal is going to demand a trade. Where is Bradley Beal going to go? Is Bradley Beal fed up with the team? Is Bradley Beal going to leave? We hear this every year. And once again, this year, we hear the exact same thing about Bradley Beal. We hear rumors going around right now. If Bradley Beal wants to be traded, is he going to demand a trade and where he wants to go to? We saw Boston Celtics, we saw Warriors, teams like that in his reported destinations that he wants to go to. Obviously, he hasn't requested a trade yet, and he hasn't announced where he wants to go. So these are all rumors, and from what we know, this could be all fake. I mean, it probably is fake, considering this happens literally every year with Bradley Beal, but who knows, So Bradley Beal is one of them. Another guy I want to mention is Ben Simmons. Obviously, I made my own video yesterday about, where's Ben Simmons going to go? Or rather, that Ben Simmons should go to the Timberwolves. I mentioned that in my Timberwolves trade targets video. And, I think he should go to the Timberwolves. But it's another weird one where at this point, I don't know if he's even going to get traded. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on the 76ers for at least one more year. And obviously, his value is low. Obviously, maybe not at a rock bottom, but it is definitely low. And it's like, what's going to happen with Ben Simmons? Is he going to stay in the 76ers? Is he going to get traded to the Timberwolves? Is he going to get traded to another team? Who knows? And that's why this offseason is weird. Obviously, that's another example. We would love to see Ben Simmons go to a team where he can thrive because obviously more power to the guy. And we also want to see 76ers success as long as their fans aren't being toxic, which is usually never. But, who knows? So that's example number 2 in Ben Simmons. And the third one I want to bring up is Kristaps Porzingis, the guy that his value is at a rock bottom, unlike Ben Simmons. Even though Ben Simmons is probably close to rock bottom, it's not quite there. But Kristaps Porzingis is at rock bottom. A guy that just did not play well at all in the playoffs. He kind of just didn't perform. Like, it's that simple. And he's complaining about not feeling like a true number 2 option, a true number 2 superstar. And I tell you this, it's because he's not a superstar. He's a star sometimes, but he's not a superstar. He's injured too often to be a superstar. He's too inconsistent to be a superstar, and he doesn't perform in the playoffs to be a superstar, as we've seen. So that brings up the question, is he going to get traded? Are they going to figure out a way for him to make it work? And in my personal opinion, of course, my opinion isn't gospel, but I believe that he's going to get traded somehow, whether it's traded to a team like a younger team that maybe needs veteran leadership. Obviously, I don't think Kristaps is the best veteran leader, but I think, Kristaps is that player that can be a star, and if he's healthy and performs, he can be a superstar in the future, and he's still relatively young. We need to remember that. He's not an old guy by any means, and he's really, really just a guy that has a lot of potential if he can really bring his full value to a team. And that's the big if. Is he going to bring his full value to a team? Is he not going to get injured? Is he going to perform in the playoffs? All of these ifs, And that's the issue with Kristaps, and that's what his trade value is going down so far. It's because of all these ifs. Do you want to take a shot on him? You know what I mean? I just don't think Kristaps has a great trade value, and I believe a lot of people agree with that, and I think that NBA GMs agree with that. Obviously, I'm not an NBA GM myself, but from what I can see, that's exactly the case. And the last guy I want to talk about in this video is your boy Pascal Siakam, a guy that there's been rumors that he wants to be traded, or he's available to be traded rather. And I just don't think those rumors are true for one simple reason. Yeah, he had a down season, but he was also not at home. He wasn't in Toronto. They weren't playing in Toronto. You got to think about stuff like that. When you're not at home, and you see this all the time, you essentially have an away game every time for the Toronto Raptors. And you see this a lot of the time with NBA franchises that are you away? And if you are away, then guess what? You're not going to be playing that well just because you aren't at home. And home advantage is a massive one that everybody knows about. Home field, home court advantage is massive for a franchise and massive for players' confidence. And to be in an area that they're not used to, they essentially have away games every single game, as I said. And I don't think Pascal Siakam is going to be traded for that simple reason. But I've mentioned these four guys. I want to run it back through these four guys and give you some more information on them. Let's start off with the first one in Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is a guy that we all know about as a 25 point per game scorer, sometimes more, sometimes less. Guy can play make, but he's not a great defender. And pretty much any team would love to have Bradley Beal, but at the right price. Obviously, every player is great at the right price. But Bradley Beal is one of those guys where it's like you just traded for Russell Westbrook. The Wizards just traded for Russell Westbrook. Like why would they trade Bradley Beal right away? And there are trade rumors for Russell Westbrook, and that could be another guy that I put in this video, but I decided not to. And what's going to happen there? Are they going to go full rebuild mode? Which I could definitely see happening. Or are they going to stick with their core that they have now? They have Denny Avdija. They have Rui Hachimura. These guys that are young, promising players that could end up being stars. And you have your certified Bradley Beals and Russell Westbrook. Like, it's pretty crazy on that side of things. Why do you trade Russell Westbrook or why do you trade Bradley Beal? Who knows? Could be a full rebuild mode. And if that's the case, then hey, go ahead and do it. And then I want to also talk more about Ben Simmons and obviously why he could be traded. And that is obviously because of his playoff performance. Does the team have the trust in him that they had previous to the playoffs? In my thought process, and my personal belief is no. They don't have his back anymore. And you saw that with Doc Rivers' interview when they asked him if they believed that he would be a finals point guard in the NBA. And he said, I don't know. I don't know. And obviously, yeah, we don't know, but as a coach, you should be up there defending your player and saying, he develops. He's a great young talent, and in the near future, he definitely could get to that level as long as he continues working hard. Didn't say anything like that. He just said, I don't know. And I understand if you're frustrated as a head coach, especially after a playoff loss, and somebody asks you that question, but come on. Like, how are you supposed to give faith in your players like that? And that's another reason why I feel like he's going to be traded in this offseason. Obviously, I feel like he's going to be traded, but at the same time, I feel like he's not going to be traded, as I said earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of in the mix for the Ben Simmons trade. My heart says he should be traded, but my head says he's probably not going to be traded, if that makes any sense. And then Kristaps Porzingis, I think I've said enough about him. I said all the stuff I needed to say earlier in the video. Obviously didn't perform well in the playoffs. Luka and him don't have a good relationship. The Mavericks, who knows what's going to happen with them. And yeah, I think I've said enough about Kristaps Porzingis. And then obviously Pascal Siakam, as I said, he had a down year. And, they were playing away games pretty much every single game. I don't know if they ever felt completely comfortable in their home stadium. Oh, I don't believe they did, but some of them may have, and I don't think Pascal ever did. And even if Pascal gets traded, what is his value at this point? Not much. I'm going to be 100% honest. After a down year, and he's a guy he never had a ton of trade value. In the first place, obviously he had a lot, but not like a crazy amount that you'd see have a lot of players. And that's why I think Pascal is definitely not going to get traded. So we can just take him out of the trade rumors, please. But it's that time of season where, they need headlines, so they're going to come up with rumors that people are going to partially believe. And yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough being an NBA fan and seeing all these trade rumors and figuring out what you need to believe or not. But yeah, I just don't think Pascal is going to be traded, or really, matter of fact, I don't think Ben Simmons is going to be traded. I don't think Pascal is going to be traded. I could see Kristaps being traded, and Bradley Beal, I don't think he could be traded. We see that trade rumor every single year for pretty much the past 3 or 4 years. So that's my take on this offseason. And that's why this offseason has been super weird. Like, just, it's super, it's full of these trade rumors that don't make much sense. Like, usually we have trade rumors that make a lot of sense. And, like, obviously we have ones that every year that just, like, don't make as much sense. But it feels like 90% of the trade rumors we've had this offseason have been kind of stupid and just make zero sense. But yeah, guys, that has been the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did, remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, it's been your boy, Jelson out. Peace.